so busy, and I was just cornered him, and I said, you have to give me something.
Yeah.
You have to. I don't want to publish something without your being included. He was so busy, but you know what he did? He gave me a quote. This was last year. It was a quote from Steve Jobs, who is still alive now. And his quote was, "Stay hungry, stay foolish."
Whoa.
Isn't that revolutionary? Stay hungry.
Yeah, what is that?
Be like you were when you were 20 years old, or when you were young and you wanted everything so desperately. You were hungry for life. You couldn't wait to prove yourself. You couldn't wait to get in that game and play that game. Only the youth has that. Stay hungry. The lean and hungry look. Keep that. And at the same time, be foolish. Because the young get-aheader never, ever would be foolish. They're too proper. They're too on the go. They're too on top of it. But Steve Jobs understood the beauty of being hungry and trying to get the perfect invention, trying to get perfection. And at the same time, he realized, be foolish. You only live once. You're only allowed to be silly and foolish once. So that was just a quote. And if you come up with a quote from someone else, that's fine. I want you in the journal. So it doesn't matter. Kai, Nadine.
I have to some joke to show my faith, okay?
Yes. You got a joke?
Yes.
Perfect. We need a joke. We need to be foolish.
Yes.
Okay.
Very touching speech. The first topic first. Look lady first. Look the teacher. Look the teacher first.
Confident.
Yes. It's just story, but it's funny. And 11 people were hanging on the ropes under the helicopter. And 10 men, only one lady. And the rope was not strong enough for carries all of them. Carries about 11 people.
Too much.
Yes, it's too much. It's too much. And so they decide that one had dropped out. One person
has
dropped out. Otherwise, they are going for, they were not able to choose. That person can shoot any people. You do like that, you can shoot like that. Depend on people decide like that. But then the woman made a very touching speech. She says that she would voluntarily let go of the Lord because at the moment she used to give up everything for her husband and kids away. And for the man, generous, without ever getting anything in return as soon as she finished it. All the bad feeling when she talked, she needs to volunteer, she dropped out like that. All the men feeling happy,
Daddy joke.
yeah, that really shows.
Oh, I think this is it.
The man is clever that
but woman is capable.
It's not strong enough to carry them all, so they decided that one must drown, otherwise they would all fall. And they were not able to choose that person, but in the woman, but then the woman made a very touching speech. She said that she would voluntarily let go of the rope. They were all hanging on the rope at the same time. Because as a woman, she was used to giving up everything for her husband and her children and for men in general without ever thinking about anything in return. As she finished the speech, all the men started to clap their hands. That's cute.
Yeah.
You got another?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little boy who looks a little boy. A little boy.
Second.
Yes, a little boy. The little boy walked to and from school daily. Though the weather that morning is questionable and the crowd and forming, he made his daily drink, walk. I'm not sure the word. Drink or
Trek, long walk.
Yes, trek into elementary school, walk to school, come on up in the morning or evening when he finished. At the afternoon, everything focused, but the wind told whippers, winds are too strong. When the wind don't have the
Strong wind.
Strong wind.
Because I have a standing in the field, the wind storm and storm, the winds beginning poor. The buffalo, some buffalo lie down, some standing. I'm feeling really so cool. And yes, really so cool. That was the thunder and the rising hit the big tree. Everything's
Lightning time.
Oh, God.
If we standing in when the raining, standing under the tree, it's dangerous.
Sure.
Yes, because I'm learning by nature.
Yes.
Why buffalo? Why from buffalo? They not go to.
No, they're smarter than that. Yeah,
And this one too. And the boy, when he walk up the window, the thunder, and the lightnings to Mama's feelings, worry about me because she felt concerned. He when my little boy walk up, she would fight him and feeling fighting for scared of thunders like that. And for her, she feeling scared and the electrical storm might be harm to shoes.
Yeah.
Yes. And followed the roar, the thunders. Lightning was cut through the sky, flaming swords.
Lightning cut through the sky. Okay.
Full of concern, she feeling really concerned her child. The mother quickly get into the car, drove along the route to her child's school. As she did so, she saw a little boy walk along, but at his fat lightning, skies, yes, streaks of light and smile. The boy stopped, smile like this, smile and when he walked like that. Make Mama feeling when the car drove up beside him, she loaded the car down and asked him about what are you doing? Why do you keep stopping like this? And the child answered Mama, I'll try to look nice. I'll try to look nice because God keep taking my picture.
Thank you. That's cute. That's good.
Because he thought that the
bring in a joke. Last year I did a class, remember we did jokes? And the first time I tried it, it fell flat. Nobody thought it was funny. There's nothing worse than trying to tell a joke in which nobody thinks it's funny. Now, we left off yesterday about love stories. And that Catherine, in our story, which we're not going to get to today, that's really good. But Catherine keeps thinking that if she puts off, oh good, I want all these back. Thanks. If she puts it off for like 3 months, 6 months, somehow or another it's all going to work out. So when we were talking, Bob said, I told you about my parents. My mother was sent to York, so my father, she'd be away from my father. They were madly in love and falling.
Today, we would like to tell the story.
And now we went love stories. 10 years. So can you please enlighten us?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Because I think that's the best. So Wa is going to introduce.
My love story comes from friend first.
Okay.
First love period at first.
Friend of my friend. Friend of my friend.
Friend.
Okay.
First you were friends. Is that your
Friends.
When I at first met my husband, I met him at Chinatown.
in Bangkok?
In Bangkok, yes, I bought some fabric, but he's a sales person. And then many months ago, I don't remember. He came to my house with my brother. He is my brother's friend. And then he came to my house 3, 4 or 5 days a week.
Oh, he was just your brother's good friend, right?
But I was young, I just teenage. I remember I 17 or 18. Yes. And that man came to my home.
70, 80.
Yes.
18.
18.
Okay. And how old is he? Our aunt was him.
He older than me too.
Oh,
Yes.
19 or 20.
He's young.
Maybe, but I just teenager and I decided I am model. But I don't like him.
Oh
Yes. But he always joined my family when my family have reunion party. Yeah. many years. And my grandfather, my aunt, my uncle, all my know him. Like my family know him. But I have one man, he just graduated and his family is rich. He drive the Mercedes-Benz car. Yes,
A white kind of car?
Mercedes-Benz.
Ben's car was the
Nice.
best.
Well, what is it?
Mercedes.
Another man,
Mercedes
rich.
Benz.
She know another man who rich.
Yes, but my husband came to my house.
Regularly.
Yes, yeah. And my younger sister love him. Love him. My father, my elder sister, everyone love you. And my elder sister said, you must shoot him because you was lost a good man.
You must shoot him, not shoot him. Choose him. Choose him. Oh, choose him. Yeah.
Because if you not do that, you must lost
Yeah.
guy. But I think he had no money and not handsome. Many years I think and I remember when he was a boy and I am a girl. He know my neighbor. I came this house. We came for do homework and watch TV, but my house is not done. Have TV.
Oh, you didn't have a TV?
Yeah, but he came.
Anyway.
But he just a boy. I think maybe maybe we soulmate. Yes.
Soulmates.
Yes. And I making decision. The last night I asked my son what I can explain. But I think my husband is considerate and generous, polite, honest, and he gratitude son. And
What was that last thing?
gratitude son.
Gratitude.
But look, he have no money, but I making decision. I married him. 10 years later. 10 years.
Well, now tell me. This is so interesting. So he knew your family knew him. They loved him. Your aunt, your grandfather, your grandmother.
But I have another man.
She wanted to crush on another man who was rich,
Yeah. But-
drove a Mercedes Benz.
Yeah.
What did your husband just wait?
Yes. But I think the rich man is the car is not the car is family.
Yes.
Money is family, it's not him.
Not own,
Yes,
not his own.
yes.
Yeah.
Because he just can wait and just work. I just have a job as I think I can make money, I can work. I make decision. I decide when I marry my husband.
I'm so glad you did. I'm delighted you married him. But now, what about your sister? Did she get over her crush on your husband when he was a young man?
Your younger sister.
My younger sister, she said,
Is she the one who said you have to choose?
yes.
Was she broken heart?
No. She
Oh,
liked him.
she liked him.
Yes.
Like
him.
Yeah, all right.
Yes. When I saw movie or go everywhere, my younger sister hold his hand. And she said, choose
This man.
this man. I love this. I like this man.
So you were friends before you were.
10 years. He waited for me 10 years.
Wow.
And 23 years ago, he bought Mercedes-Benz car for me. He said, I know you choose me. Yes. And now I can buy this car for you. He said that I can buy this car for you. And I said,
Yes.
Enough. You are enough. I don't need a car. I have you.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Okay, I have a question, please.
That's
Okay. You say long time ago, maybe 20 years ago. So you loved the way he was, right? 20 years ago. So you loved your husband the way he was. And right now, so could you compare between 20 years and right now? So the different changed?
Great question. I married 33 years.
Yes. So
Yes.
before you loved him the way he was, and right now, so I would like you to tell me how it changed from him.
No,
Not changed.
change. Yes.
Uh,
Not seen that man.
30 years ago and now are the same thing.
Remain.
Yes, but
Remain.
more.
Oh.
More
He-
better.
Yes, he loved, he support of
The family.
the family, son, daughter. He saved money for the children graduate. My children can study in primary school, and number one primary school. They can speak English very well and go abroad for study. Yes.
So
He
now we
saved
have
money.
now we have a good profession and have a good business.
Yes.
Before, when you were at that time, so we have nothing, just gratitude and something honest and with you for 10 years.
Yes.
And now you changed by have better than before, have good job, and now you support everything in the family.
Yes.
So you say that may be better than before.
Yes. Better than before.
And have you ever met the rich guy right now? Have you
He
ever
talks
met
so
him?
much. He talks so much, and he's so proud of himself. But he handsome. But I think if I marry this man, yes. Many
So-
years later, I feel sad.
So I would like you compare, I would like you compare about your husband right now and like your boyfriend asked before that you're not decided to marry with him. So could you compare about your husband to him right now? So
Compare. Not thinking about.
Now I compare, not compare. I have
No.
been married.
I mean that I would like you tell me about comparing about your husband right now and the man as you love a rich family before. So how is different right now?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes.
I don't know. because
So you
I-
never met him
Yes,
again?
I think she
She not
she
just
are
that
not
much.
interested in that man.
Yeah. Not at all.
That man get married and get divorced.
Yes.
2 times.
Oh.
But I think I'm lucky and not married. Because he's very handsome and
Popular.
well, you did compare the two because
Cut off.
you were very lucky that you did not marry that rich man when you were young, because he got divorced twice. He's not honorable like your husband is. Your husband is proved to be trustworthy and honorable and all those beautiful things that you wrote last night. Yes, I my son. How can I explain to my husband? He's a very good husband. He's a wonderful husband.
Sorry, I need to know ceremony marriage. How did you can explain ceremony marriage?
Huh?
Wedding
Your
ceremony.
wedding, tell us
Your
about
wedding
it.
ceremony.
It's just simple.
Yeah.
Simple. Yes,
In some restaurant.
because he have no any money.
In a
It is
house,
saving.
in a house or in a hotel.
In
It's
a
not
restaurant.
hotel but restaurant.
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 guests in coming? How many guests come in your party?
More
Okay,
cousins.
thank you.
Thank you for your love story.
That is wonderful. And what I love most almost is the fact that you talked to your son last night. That tells what a wonderful marriage it is. That you talked to your son. Does anyone else, what?
So you know together around 10 years. Have you ever had a big problem together, like angry or anger each other?
Yes,
No.
yes,
No.
yes.
Always have anger
Yes,
each other.
yes. But some,
And after you got married, so something imperfect.
yes, if I wrong, I said I'm sorry. I'm
No,
really
you're not
sorry.
married yet. When you was just boyfriend and girlfriend 10 years.
Mhm.
Have you ever have a big anger?
No, just sometimes just a little, not big.
Little cute.
I think, were you asking in that 10 years before you got married?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, you
10 years before married.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you always have some big issue or some big anger or something?
No. Sometimes I get angry, you should go home. You should go home.
Only conversation,
Yeah. Go home.
not action.
Go home. I don't like this, like that. I say, yes.
He was around too much.
I said, go home.
Oh,
I see you tomorrow. Go home. I say that.
that's so good. Yes.
I never loved before.
You never loved? You never fell in love?
Yes,
Never loved before. Never loved or never fell in love.
Never fell in love.
never loved and never fall in love.
Never fall in love? Never? Well, you love your mother?
Only family.
Okay.
Little bit. Well, you have something to look forward to fall in love. Some people are afraid to fall in love.
I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm not Thai
She's
man.
broken.
You're what? You're broken?
Yes, I'm Thai man.
Your heart is broken?
That's how I accept I'm hers. Now I'm okay.
Oh, good.
But story is different. I'm sorry too.
Oh. Does anyone else have a story they want to talk about?
You need to know it.
About love?
Yes. I have experience
Would-
different.
Would you like to come and tell us?
Yes.
Now, okay.
Different. I'm new disguise. Usually we must new to each other, face to face like this. But new be different. Little radio. Little radio, yes.
Radio?
Yes, radio.
Sky radio. It's more
You
radio.
live together?
Little radios, but have station.
Yes, radio station.
University Chulalongkorn, that station. And have that lady, DJ, her name, Ajahn Suni Sunti.
Oh,
yes. Everyone but knew. But this story, if people listen to the program but knew this guy, and have one guy, he lived in Musakon, and he likes the letter to the program. I thought every day I listen to him like that everything. And he talks about his story. He very poor. He come from a China's family, and but family he very poor. But his parents not support about money for he learns. He no fights, got it something, take it to sell and take her to learn until he is finished. For fiber. After that, when he got work already, he just send money to the young sister to learn continue. When he finished send